of me. Hi, it's Amy from Amy J's Creations. I'm back. I was right, mid-August. It's August 14th, but I'm back for Flosstube number 49. Had a great summer. My youngest daughter still has a week of vacation, but my oldest daughter, who is here for vacation, she leaves tomorrow morning to go back to Utah to go to university. Our trips are all done, so I'm back, and I have a few things to show. So I rewatched my last video very quickly, and I mentioned I was going to try to sew some skirts for my daughter. I'll just tell you right now, that didn't happen. There was too much. I was so busy sewing stuff for Stitch Basel, getting stuff ready for that, and and then it was time to go on vacation. So sorry, Sophie, next summer. Anyway, but I did finish a few projects. Now, some were very small, but I'm happy. I'm happy that I got some stitching time. Okay, so the very first thing I want to show you is this. It's completely done. All that I have left is to turn it into FFO it. I did buy some glitter puff paint white that I'm going to try to brush onto the trees, but I'm not going to do that until it's all put together because it'll flake off. And I was talking to Stitchy Mama, and she was talking about how turning it in just to a wall hanging might be a problem, like a quilted wall hanging, because I won't be able to quilt it, and so the project might sag a little bit. And so I was thinking about that, and I agreed with her, but then I was like, but I really want it to be a wall hanging because it will be easier to store, it'll be easier to hang. I don't know, I just want to. So then I decided that what I could do, it doesn't need to be quilted a lot, is I could just come along here on the bottom underneath where the snow is, underneath all the houses, and just do a straight line in a cream, because this is an ecru, straight line quilt right along there. 3 little lines, that's all it would take, and be done. And I might do some swirls in white up here in the top, and maybe in the bottom to look like a little like swirly snow. But I think that's what I'm going to do when it's done. But that will be after October, because I've got Stitch Basel coming up, and then we're going to the States in the second week of October for 2 weeks, where I'm going to Stitch West. And so after that, I'll have time for this kind of a thing. But it's done. All the cross stitching is finally done. I've been working on this thing since, I want to say 2018. Maybe even 2017, I started it. Long time. So very, 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 very happy with that. My hometown holidays. Yeehaw! It's all done. Okay, so then, told you we went to Monaco, and it was awesome, and watched the Grand Prix. So I got paid for the stitch from Abibella. Stitch, yes, I'm pretty sure that's her name. She has all the F1 racetracks. Like, as the races happen, she prints out a pattern. I don't need all of them. I think it's really cute. But my daughter just wanted the one from Monaco that we went to. So I cross-stitched it for her, just in black. And she's got like this kind of, what are those called? It's like the frame, but it's 2 pieces of glass. So she's got her ticket in there, and then she wants this and some other piece of memorabilia that she's going to put in there. But I told her to not put it in until I filmed. So I just finished it really, really simply with just putting some, what's that called? Stabilizer on the back. Ironed it on the back, and then did a zigzag crochet in white around the edges. Because that's how it needs to be thin to fit in that frame and not make it bulge, and that's what she wanted. But she was very happy with it and very pleased it happened, got done so quickly. The pattern from Abibella was terrific, and if you're into Formula One, Great patterns. Good twist border. Okay, and so now the greatest... Okay, guys, it might get a little loud in here. It's so hot today, and I tried to turn the fan off. I cannot film. Sorry. I will try to talk really loud so you can hear me over the fan, but it's just too hot. But look at what I completed. Did you ever see anything so awesome in your life? You know what? I need... Hold on just a second. Can you tell I haven't filmed for a while? I haven't filmed for a while. I forgot everything. There we go. With the board in between. So, here it is all finished. We decided she wants to frame it, but in order for her to be able to pack it easily into her luggage tonight, we are leaving it unframed, unfinished, and when we go visit her in October, because that's where we're going, is where she will be, we will take her and get it framed somewhere. I will pay. It's probably going to have to be a custom frame because it's pretty long, but we might get lucky. Who knows? So, but they have, I mean, they got Michael's and Hobby Lobby and Joanne and actual wood framing places, and there's plenty of options for a frame. So, how did I end up dyeing this? I used the ice dye method with powdered fabric dyes. And just not anything, I didn't even have RIT dye. I had powdered dyes that are available here in Switzerland, in the hobby store. And it's like a Home Depot version, kind of, but they have like a craft section. Anyway, that's what I used. The only thing that didn't turn out the way I wanted is the red. The red ended up a little pink, even though I put a ton of powder on there and left it on pretty long. But when I rinsed it, almost all the red left, and it's kind of a pink. But it still gives the illusion of red, right? And I think it helped that there was some orange on there already, because the orange bled a little bit, and it turned out pretty good. It was funny because at first, before, I knew it would dry lighter, but when it was wet, the purple and the blue were so dark you could not see the black writing, and my son was very worried. He's like, "Mom, did you just ruin that? Because now we can't see the writing." And I was like, "No, sweetheart, it'll be okay. When it dries, it'll be lighter." And it was, and it turned out great. Sarah is very, very pleased with it. I'm very, very pleased with it. Absolutely love it. The reason I ended up going with the ice dye method is because in order to do the dip in with the liquid dye, like the lady I had seen on YouTube, I would have had to like dry the fabric almost completely in between so that it didn't run too much. The colors didn't run, and I didn't have time for that because I did this. Was it yesterday? No. I did this Saturday. Like, totally last minute. She's leaving Tuesday morning, and I'm dyeing this thing on Saturday. So, I just did the ice dye method because I got it all done in one day. And I was able to control, Susanna was right, I was able to control the color placement a little bit better. And with the ice dye. And I didn't even, at first I thought I was going to have to buy a bag of ice, which is hard to find in Switzerland, but you can occasionally find a bag of ice at some certain gas stations, but not all. And sometimes only in the summer, which it is the summer. But I ended up, I just kind of hoarded ice cubes for a while in our freezer until I had enough, and it turned out just fine. I laid it out on a rack, metal rack, and laid it all out. And then I also, the dyes, the brand of the powder dye that I used, they also had a I can't think of the word in English, a fixer, a color fix. I'm going to just say that. So a solution that you soak the finished product in for about 15 minutes and helps set the dye. Now they did say, we can't guarantee permanence for anything, but this will help it not bleed. And so I used that according to the manufacturer's directions. And yeah, Now there's a little bit of weird stuff here on the side, but again, it's going to get framed, and I'm not even sure that's going to really show very much. But overall, super happy. The ice line was fantastic, worked really well and easily. Thank you again, Susanna, for the tip. And freaking awesome. Exactly how I had it in my head. I am so, so pleased. So, got that done. So then, I did work on a few little things in between. I was mostly sewing, but every once in a while in the evening, I would still want to, hang out with my husband and wanted to do something other than sewing. So I found some cute patterns, little patterns, quick, easy, nothing complicated. Remember, I wanted to do something in with the summer stuff. So I found, first I did the Brooks Books Summer Pantry. Look how cute that was with all the beads. I did the spring one first, and now this is the summer one. So I did that. Then, sweet, sweet, awesome Melissa on Pink and Pumpkin. She has several little summer pillows, summer stamps. So I did one of those. Very, very cute. And then I started on a third one. And what I did is I have a cross stitch, the country cross stitch magazine that you get from in the UK, and they had, and I bought it like last two years ago, I think, when we went to, it was last year when we went to Wales, yeah, and from the Tesco, and anyway, and so it had like in the inside, no, maybe it was a couple years ago, anyway, it doesn't matter, why am I blabbing, blah 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 blah. They have a whole bunch of, like theme things. Like one year, one of the ones I got was like all Las Vegas stuff. Well, this one was all travel things. So because we travel all the time in summer, because that's when the kids have the biggest block of vacation. So I'm doing like a little carry-on bag, a little passport. Now I changed it to a Swiss passport, and I don't even remember what this is, but I started that motif, and then just set it aside because things got too busy. But that's a really good start, and they'll be all ready for next summer. It was really fun. I'm just kind of, and I'm in this one, I'm incorporating some of the colors in here so that they will all kind of coordinate, but not look exactly the same. Then, on our first trip to Ireland, which, Ireland is awesome, I needed something easy to stitch in the car because I knew we would be doing a lot of driving. Okay, so my first two projects are actually part of my haul, and I actually was like, oh, I don't know if I can start those because I haven't done a video to show my haul. I'm like, Amy Charles, don't be so silly. You do not live for the Flosstube. You live your life and you show what's really happening. So anyway, I had ordered, my daughter brought them over, 4 of the Snow Charmer kits. Because remember, I found those 3 for 75 cents at the charity shop at the thrift store in the States a few years ago, and I did those, and I loved them so much, and it was really hard for me to pay full price for them because I had gotten them so cheap. But then how I finally overcame my own strange, weird inner inhibitions was to say this. Combine the 75 cents with the price that you're paying for these and apply it as a discount to all. So like I got them all on sale. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me in my head. So I ordered 4 more. And so then I took 2 of them and worked on them in the car. And I got the first one, including the beading, done. Now, I didn't do the beading in the car. I'm not some crazy person. I did the beading at night in the hotels. But I got these done. This one done with the little stuff. They're not fully finished, but all the stitching and the attachments. I need to do the fringe on the scarf, but everything else is finished on that one. And it was the perfect thing to do in the car because the perforated paper has such clear holes, and it's, you can easily hold it in your hand. It's just a little thing. It was perfect. And then here is this snowman. It comes with like a little, there's going to be a little gingerbread man, and then this is the hat. So stinking cute. And again, all the beading The beat is just beautiful, excuse me, on these things. So gorgeous. So I got those first 2 done, and that was great. We came home from Ireland after 9 days in Ireland. We were home for literally 2 days. So I hurried and did a bunch of laundry, and then we repacked to go to Portugal. Now, this is every time we've gone on vacation, okay? Especially when we go on summer vacations, a lot of times, like, we're constantly going. In this Ireland trip, every night we were in a different hotel, except for the first 2 nights in Dublin. Why? Because there was so much we wanted to see and do of the whole country. And so we were just traveling all over everywhere. It was fantastic. Ireland is, if you have a chance, go. It's great. There's no bad place to go in Ireland. You can literally pick any random little tiny town. Go. They will have a gorgeous church. They will have a freaky awesome, perhaps haunted graveyard, because Ireland is old as crap. Okay, they've been people, culture, history for long time. So that ancient land, amazing. Anyway, they'll have a cool church. They'll have several different old buildings that'll have some sort of awesome history, and there will be like 3 or 4 very nearby awesome hikes to go on. Like, there's no bad place to go in Ireland. There just isn't. The people were all lovely and beautiful, beautiful scenery. The only thing is, what we knew ahead of time and we're looking forward to, but other people not like, is it rained every single day we were there. But we knew that. We were looking forward to an Irish summer. We wanted the rain. We don't like hot. And the fog and the rain and the mist added to the atmosphere. Made it feel like we were in Ireland. Okay. Anyway, so Ireland was great. So we get back, but I've always said, I need a vacation after my vacation. Because all the running around and visiting, and you're walking, 20,000 steps every day, and you're just exhausted. And this year I got it. We came back 2 days later. We flew to Portugal, to Porto. We were there for 4 days. What did we do? Laid by the pool at our Airbnb, walked 5 minutes to the beach for a day, went to eat at Taco Bell twice at the mall, 20 minutes away. It was very close, but there was just some traffic. That was it. And I cross-stitched, and I read a book, and I listened to another audiobook, and it was a vacation from my vacation. And now I've been spoiled, and I will never be able to do anything different. So on my vacation, on my second vacation, I was done with snowmen. I had done 2 snowmen. I wanted to bring something else that was quick, easy, cute, but was not snowmen. And so I had bought several Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. They gave me I had bought some other pattern, and so then they sent me this email saying you could buy this bundle of 5 patterns for some ridiculously cheap price, and so I did it, and they're all these adorable, cute, little seasonal designs. So I brought and did this first one, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Isn't that cute? And at first I was going to do it on white fabric and be boring, because I love white, but then I realized that there was some white in the pattern, and so I went ahead and picked this green that I had dyed myself, and I wasn't totally sure, but now that it's done, I really, 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 really like it. I did, however, end up, so the called for color, I didn't have any of the fancy dyes, and so I just used the DMC conversions, but the DMC conversions were totally different, and so this coral color right here in the middle is what was the DMC conversion. But when I stitched it in this little lemon to make his little mouth and his little cheekies, you could not see it. It blended so well with the yellow that you could not see it. On the outside it looked great, but in the inside with that yellow you could not see it. So I switched. I picked out these 3 letters that I had done in that and redid a different color. And redid those letters, redid the little cheeks and the eye, and then to coordinate it, I just did an outline around the outside to bring it in. And I also redid the straws, that's right. And then I decided, well, I've outlined some stuff. I love backstitch. I just tell you, I look to add to backstitch everywhere. So I backstitched some yellow around in the drinks and the ice cubes to make them pop, and I backstitched around the words down here to make them pop a little bit more. Super cute. And then I decided, ooh, there's another one. There's a berry one. And so I pulled everything and I started this as well. Oh, yeah, because I got all the Stitch Basel stuff done. And so I started this one. It's the berry picking and ice cream licking. So I'm going to do it on the same color fabric. And they will turn into cute, cute little pillows to coordinate. So those are my things that I worked on. Now, also, when I was in Ireland, well, hold on. Let me go back. I knew my daughter was coming over, so I ordered some things so she could bring them with me. One of them, this is now a haul, is these snowman kits. So I did those first two, and now I have these next two that I'm going to be working on. I also had she had gone to Hobby Lobby and Michael's several times trying to find me those little mini cross-stitch hoops, and she could never find them. So I ordered some on Amazon, and she brought those with her. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I had to have them. I had seen them on several different people's floss tubes, and I was just like, that is so cute. So I ordered those, and then a few other things that I needed for Stitch Basel. So then, when we were in Ireland, before we went, I looked up, in Dublin, there was a little haberdashery store, okay? So it didn't have exclusively cross-stitch items, but it had some of those. It had some sewing things, it had some quilting things. It was this little cute store, easy to walk to from our hotel. We were staying above the Temple Bar Inn. The Temple Bar. Like, in Temple Bar area of Dublin, there is the Temple Bar. We stayed there. It was so loud, but we knew that going in, and actually when you closed the windows at night, they did a great job insulating the place. You could still hear the music a little bit, but none of us had any problem falling asleep, and the location was absolutely perfect. So, highly recommend. But yeah, really close to that was this haberdashery shop. So I went over there one day while my family went to the mall that was also nearby and did a little shopping. So first thing I picked up was these little stitch markers, because I do crochet quite a bit, and I've decided if I want to up my game and do a little bit better job, maybe I should use some stitch markers to keep track of my counting, keep track of my rows. Then they had a whole bunch of DMC. It wasn't super cheap, but there were a couple colors that I needed that my daughter could not bring over for me. She brought over quite a few, but they didn't have. And so I picked up those, plus a couple of these little variegated ones. Just because they were pretty. And then, you guys, they had these pins, okay? These little stitch pins, straight pins, to put into my finished project. But look at these. Look at these. They're like the puntini pins. But look, we've got a little watermelon slice. We've got a little strawberry. We've got a little lemon. Do you see where I'm going with this? With my frosted pumpkin stitchery things? Yeah, these things are going in there. There's also like some little flowers. There's a little kitty cat, a little bunny. So cute. So I picked up a package of those. And then I saw next to them some shiny glitteries. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I have a thing with shiny glitteries. Now let me see. Let me be sure. These are a whole bunch of little strawberry pins. Well, this one actually is like a watermelon, but in a strawberry shape. And here is like a lemon, but in a strawberry shape. There is a whole bunch of them in these beautiful colors. Look at all that shiny, glittery gorgeousness. Oh my goodness. So pretty. So yeah, those came home with me. And then I always, in every quilt store, in every fabric store I go to, I like to go to their clearance bin because I don't care about if something is older or, you know, I don't have to have the latest and greatest because I live where I will never be able to get the latest and greatest. I just want a good deal. And they had this pattern, including all the material, to make this apron, Christmas baking apron. And it's from Debbie Shore, who I follow on YouTube. And these, I am a Christmas baking fiend, and I was just like, yes, I need an apron just for my Christmas baking. So I got that. Yeah, so that's my haul. It was fantastic. It was awesome. As you can see, I'm pretty happy. Family's doing great. We had a really great visit with my oldest daughter. It was beautiful, lovely time traveling and just being together. I bought myself a Harry Potter card game. It's like a board game. It's a game building, card building game. That's what it is for Harry Potter, and for my birthday. And we've played that a couple times with the kids. It's really, really fun. There's 7 different levels because different years of school, and each level gets harder and harder. We just played the second level, and it's like a commutative thing. You have to either everybody wins or everybody loses. We all lost, so now we have to play the second level again. But it's really, really fun. So it's like we don't care, we don't mind. Very fun. And just discovered that my American passport expired 3 days ago, and we're flying in the beginning of October, so I have to fill out my renewal form lickety split and send that into the embassy. I've heard that in the States it's taking longer, but here in the embassy, my daughter had to do hers at the beginning of the summer, and she got it back in like a week. So I'm pretty sure my American passport will get renewed in time, but I need to get on that. Glad we looked. And yeah, and then there's Stitch Puzzle, and I'm working on the model for the retreat official pattern that we got from Lily Pilly Stitches. It's really fun, super, super cute, but I cannot show it to you. I will show it after the retreat, so it's a surprise for everybody. But that's been a blast to work on. And I'm still working on my daughter's quilt, and I repaired a bunch of pants, and yeah, just doing some stuff around the house, but mostly just hanging out with my kids. And that's it. I will, for anybody who's looking for the German version, I have to leave for work now. I've got to be there in 20 minutes. I will try to film again tonight, but the light's going to be really bad, so I'll probably wait and film the German version tomorrow. So don't be upset. I've not forgotten my awesome, awesome German subscribers. It's just I only had time to film one today, and I really wanted to film this so I could show before my daughter leaves to film this. I will take a couple pictures so that I can show that in the German version, but at least the English version has it all live and beautiful. So that's it for me. I'm glad to be back. I missed you all. It was weird not to film. I kept thinking of things I wanted to share with you, and I've forgotten half of them, and I know it, but oh well, I didn't want it to be too long. After 2 months, I could have blabbed on and on and on. This is still kind of long for me. So that's that. Thank you for watching, for liking and subscribing, especially for commenting. And I will see you much, much sooner than 2 months. Bye!